You know, you don't want to let down the fans of the first movie. That's the biggest thing. And so it was really just trying to make a movie that would live up to the first one in the expectation of the people who really love the first one. So what that is, I can't really tell you, because then you start to think about, well, what is it that people love about the movie? And I don't know. They obviously like it as a whole, and they have, probably favorite things. And for me, there were parts of the movie that I felt were essential. Besides, the Derek and Hansel and their relationship, I always felt that Mugatu was a really important part of the movie. And so I just tried to think of things that we would laugh at, and those of us who were making the movie, because it's really hard to project yourself into the minds of people who, for whatever reason, love the movie. Everybody has specific things that they like about it. So, which is great, it's great. I feel very fortunate that there are people who love the movie that much, but to really understand what it is and try to recreate that is really hard. I give Drake Sather credit for, creating it and coming up with the idea, and then when it evolved, when we were doing it, was the idea that he's really innocent and incredibly genuine. He's just very genuine and incredibly self-involved, but it all comes out of a very sort of naive and kind of innocent place with him. So it's like a very clear framework for what is and isn't Derek, and how Derek reacts to things, and so it's a very simple thing, doing the character. And so it was fun to go back into it. I didn't, at first I watched the first movie again a little bit, just to try to, make sure I was doing it right, and because, and then, we did some camera tests, and that was helpful for me to kind of look at it and see what came across and how much, but then it's a fun thing where you sort of feel like you fall into it, and then just trying to figure out okay, what the fun thing is, he's such a simplistic kind of character that it's fun to think of the different ways that he would react in different situations, to try to give him some other colors sometimes. So he's living up in the mountains, and Hansel's living out in the desert, and because his career is over, and they both receive an invitation. He gets a visit from Billy Zane, his old friend, who has an invitation in the mail from him, from Alexandria Atoz, who is sort of the biggest fashion icon in the world in the wake of Mugatu going to jail, and she's sort of filled the vacuum, and she has a fashion empire, the biggest one in the world, and she has a new designer named Don Atari, who's kind of the hipster new thing, and she sends this invite to Derek asking him to be in Don Atari's show for her, and Hansel gets the same invite, mysteriously. So both of them, out of the blue, are invited back into the fashion world, and they can't resist, so they take the bait and they go. Owen is, he's such a unique comedic presence, and I am a big fan of his. I always have been. I enjoy him as a person. I enjoy him as a talent. And for me, he just created this character. Hansel, to me, Hansel and Mugatu and Derek are all, to me, that they all are Zoolander. It's like when someone says they love Zoolander, to me, I think that means they love all those characters, and it's a very specific point of view that Hansel has on things, and we decided to try to take some chances with going with some ideas for Hansel that have happened to him over the years that he's been out of the limelight, and make a commitment to certain jokes with him that I felt Owen could pull off in a very unique way, because he's just one of the funniest people there is. From the beginning, when we decided that we wanted to have the movie take place in Europe, I felt like there should be, someone like this great female, straight man to Derek, who sort of is there to take them through the story. And Penelope was always, the idea of her as this Interpol fashion agent police agent was just, for me, was like, from the beginning, even when we started writing the script, it was like, it's like Penelope Cruz. Like, wouldn't it be cool if it was Penelope Cruz? And she has this great accent, and she's sort of like, incredibly beautiful, and she's, and she's voluptuous, but she's not really aware of it. And then, with the Italian idea too, I just kept on thinking, like, she is sort of like, like the feel of her is like she's like this sexy Sophia Loren type, but she's all business, and she doesn't, she doesn't care about any of that. She's just like, she wants to figure out who's killing these pop stars.
Oh, fudge! Peace out, world.
Someone's trying to kill the world's most beautiful people. Derek Zoolander, I need your help.
Cool. Sounds dope.
I am bad to the core now. Where's my damn latte? Ah!
Are you sure Zoolander is the right man to help us?
Flash me that beautiful look.
Oh! You have this! Oh! Yeah! Tequila! Oh!
You really are an idiot, aren't you?